Ever get curious about like the real work behind those cool videos you see online? We're diving deep today into creator burnout, and it's way more than just needing a break from the screen.
Yeah, it's easy to forget there's a whole other side to those polished videos we see.
Right. Today we're going deep with AliShanMao. He's been on YouTube since, get this, 2007. RC cars, drones, even 3D printing. The guy's a tech whiz.
That's what makes his story so fascinating.
Yeah.
He's seen it all the early days going viral, and now how tough it can be to keep going. People see the success, not always the grind.
Exactly. So AliShanMao starts out like so many, just pure passion, a camera, and a love for anything techie, building these crazy RC cars and planes, sharing how-tos. Clearly an expert, and people loved it. He then takes it up a notch, right into RC helicopters.
And that's when things really took off. He's got this way of explaining complex stuff that just clicks. Imagine teaching people to build these intricate flying machines and making it seem easy. People ate it up. His channel was blowing up. He even got into FPV planes, custom drones, next-level skills.
Now, for anyone who doesn't know FTV's first-person view, imagine flying a drone but wearing goggles showing you what the drone sees, like you're right there in the air.
It's wild.
And AliShanMao is killing it, building these things from scratch, getting amazing footage. But then the YouTube algorithm shifted.
And this is where it gets tough.
Yeah.
Imagine putting years into something, building a community, seeing real success. Then, almost overnight, the rules change.
Like the rug was pulled out. You've seen how YouTube recommendations change, right? That's the algorithm. And for creators like AliShanMao, a tiny tweak can make or break their income. This isn't just about views, it's their livelihood, how they provide. It's a lot riding on something that keeps changing.
And that uncertainty, not knowing what the algorithm will do, it's incredibly stressful for creators.
And it's not just, the algorithm, right? Like, going through AliShanMao's story, what got me is just how much he does. We're talking filming, editing, the whole 9 yards, promoting, running the channel, and always having to learn new stuff to keep up. He's a one-man show. Oh, and did I mention he's doing all this while raising a family?
Yeah, it's a whole other job people don't see. We see the final video, all polished, but not those hours poured in behind the scenes.
No, for sure. And then life throws this curveball, a big one. Because of, I guess, politics changing, AliShanMao and his family, they have to leave China. Imagine uprooting your whole life, new country, all while trying to make a living. That's pressure most of us can't even imagine.
It really shows you, like, how vulnerable creators can be. We talk about being your own boss, which has its perks, but there's no safety net. No paid time off, no insurance you can count on, none of that. So when things get tough, it hits hard.
And things get really tough for AliShanMao. He talks about, after the move, serious money problems. He's driving this ancient car that keeps breaking down. They've had to give up a lot as a family, even his kids going to school. It's not about views anymore. It's about surviving.
Really makes you think about what's going on behind the scenes, right? Behind the usernames, the channels, these are real people dealing with real life.
It's heartbreaking, honestly, and it makes me wonder, am I even doing enough to support the creators I watch? AliShanMao, he talks about selling his 3D designs, trying memberships, anything to diversify, but even that's got problems. Get this, people give him a hard time for charging for his knowledge. The guy's shared this stuff for free for over a decade, built a community. Now when he needs help, some pushback, just seems wrong.
It's a tough spot. On one hand, we expect free content, which is understandable, but we got to remember, these creators, they deserve to get paid for their time, their skills, They sacrifice a lot to bring us this stuff.
And it's going to mess with you, right? Like AliShanMao talks about pouring his heart in, then the algorithm buries it, but you see other creators, boom, instant success.
It's that whole comparison thing, but like times 1,000 in the online world,
That's right.
Everyone's showing their best self. Easy to forget there's real struggle behind those perfect posts.
For sure. And as if all that wasn't enough, there's, well, the dark side of being online. All that negativity some people throw around.
Yeah. And it's easy to forget there's a person on the other side of the screen, Just because you're anonymous doesn't mean words don't hurt.
Exactly. And AliShanMao calls this out specifically, right alongside the algorithm, the money stuff, the feeling of being alone in it. It's a lot. But here's the thing, he's not giving up. And he's got this message for, well, all of us.
That's what gets me. He's not just complaining, he's looking for how to fix it and wants us to be part of that. He talks about a better future for creators, where passion matters, hard work pays off,
It's really something. He talks about how important community is, people who actually gate what he does. He mentions those channel memberships, which, honestly, great way to support people directly, but even small stuff, watching the whole video, leaving a nice comment, sharing with someone.
It's like changing how we think about it. Not just passively watching, but actually engaging with the people who make the stuff we love.
Right. Like realizing there's a human on the other side of that video. I know I've been guilty of forgetting that sometimes. But AliShanMao's story, it's a real eye-opener. So I kind of
Hmm.
want to turn this whole deep dive into like a call to action, you know?
I'm in.
Think of a creator you really like. Maybe they make you laugh, teach you stuff, whatever. Right now, take a second, show them some love, subscribe, leave a comment, send their latest video to a friend. It seems small, but to someone who's struggling, it can mean the world.
Absolutely. And as we're wrapping up here, think of it this. With all this AI stuff blowing up, how do we make sure human creativity, the people behind it, still matter? It's something we've got to figure out as this whole world keeps changing.